Greetings, welcome, hello,
Good day.
good day, buenos dias, ¿cómo está ustedes? ¿Está bien?
Hey.
Hey, parlez-vous français, mon chéri?
Yeah, buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Konnichiwa. Let's stop playing around. We American. I had to Google after that stuff. This is for Available Podcast. This is me and Damon on here. Our guys will be on in just a moment. And on this episode, we're going to recap this sorry ass All-Star weekend we just saw.
Man.
Second half expectation for the NBA, even though there's like 25 games left, was more like the last quarter of the season. And so NCAA basketball, we have not yet had a chance to talk about some NCAA basketball. Michael Atwater set up our rundown. I'm trying to wait for Michael, but Damon, you know what time it is, right?
Let's go.
Let roll.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys.
And welcome. This is the For Battle Boys podcast brought to you by StreamYard. Of course, you can follow us on Sundays and Wednesdays, 9:05 p.m. This Sunday, we took this past Sunday off because of the All-Star game. I wish we didn't because that was a waste of my time watching the All-Star game. Our movie rewind will be the real. So be ready for that. So it's gonna be it's a classic. I started watching it the other day.
Classic.
I can't wait to it's only an hour and a half movie, so that's a quick watch. It's not gonna be that bad for those that watch it. So it's an hour 34 minutes. Really take 5 minutes for credits. The beginning, you skip the beginning, hour 20 minutes, you good. Hour 20 minutes on HBO
Classic.
Max.
All I'm gonna say, that's a classic, bro.
That
That might be one of the premier soundtracks.
Oh yeah.
Movie. You might have to put that up there.
Oh yeah. We got some
Quanzo, what's up, boy?
We're gonna get to the comment. Let me get to these fake sponsors, even though we're trying to get some real sponsors. Crazy Straws brought to you by Ryan Anderson. He's crazy. He got straws, crazy straws. Just for me. You got some great Vegas, just for me at CB4, Walgreens, CVS, $1.25 store, Walmart. You name it, they got it. Brought to you by Sprite, the Black Folk soda. Damon sponsor, Arizona tea. 99 cents for how long, Damon?
1992.
I saw somebody drinking one the other day. I'm like, ooh, you got diabetes.
For real.
You got the diabetes.
Man, I had to slow down on mine. Like, nah, I'm already struggling. I don't need to make mine worse. My numbers is really great. I'm trying to get off this medicine.
Yeah, that thing there. I think I tried it once or twice. I had it all broke. I was like, you know what? I'd rather drink water.
Hey, that's why they only $1, Faye.
That's like $1. I'd rather spend $2 on a bottle of water for about $1.
Now that's bad.
That's bad. Just say. Well, of course, follow us on Facebook for Valley Boys. Follow us on YouTube. We get 1,000 sponsors. We can start making some money. So we get up to 10,000, we might get a plaque, get some checks. So tell your friends, follow us on YouTube. All y'all folks that are watching the show, tell 5 friends to just like the page. This is gotta like the page. Just subscribe. You ain't gonna watch it, not now minute of. Just subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And get the alert. We might watch it later. Don't worry. You're gonna enjoy it.
Yes, indeed.
BuyANiceShirt.com. But get all your paraphernalia for HBCU or your panhandle of the nine if you pledged or you went on grad chapter. BuyANiceShirt.com. No knock. Trust me, I would love to get my stuff from there. Damon's new podcast, Chopping It Up. Damon, tell them about it.
I'm going to be around doing a virtual barbershop experience, man. It's going to start real soon. Got some things I'm putting together. Any topic is we chopping it up about it all, baby. Gonna chop it up. We got a Facebook page, D Randall. You can like it. We can get things going, working on the email address and everything. Chopping it up with D Randall. Coming soon.
And our last sponsor, as we bring PT in, Pretty Tony was what we call him, Pretty Tony.
That's what we call him.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, T?
This me and Tony favorite sponsor back in the day. He didn't go.
That was all. That was all our favorite.
Actually, because we were college, we were broke.
Yeah,
It was E&J and the Coke.
it was E&J and Coke.
Coke, the dark liquor. E&J, Coke, McDonald's double cheeseburger, get 5 double cheeseburger, get a $5 bottle, get a 2 liter for 99 cents.
Man,
you set for the club. You good.
man.
You set.
You better tell them.
Anybody tell me if I'm lying.
No, that's truth there, man.
No, you had the budget, man. You had
Yes,
the ball
we
on the. You had the ball on the budget.
Yes, indeed. And and the Fort Valley State University knew how to ball with a budget.
Yeah, because on Thursday nights if you had $10, $5 was getting into the club.
Yep,
$2 was going toward getting fucked up.
there it is.
And the other 3 is for a beer at the club.
Yep.
So you better spend wisely, or else you're just gonna be getting in the club.
There it is. You're gonna be dancing in the car outside.
Hey, remember? I know I'm getting all right. You remember the time we went to the club? I think one dude was just pissing outside. A cop wrote him a ticket.
Yeah.
We was like losing Google. I remember they like Aunt Nails. I know Aunt Nails.
I remember that. We was at Lucy Cooper. I remember that. He was out his mind, bro.
I remember that because that Thursday, that's when them J came out. Me and Tony got them white and red J's. You remember them, Tony, right?
Mm-hmm.
White and red J, and we all went
Them 11.
11s, red. Yeah.
Tony
made tough right there.
Tony, you may remember this, Tony. You may not know we are subject, but Tony made everybody mad when he came with them all white J's.
Ooh.
He came from Atlanta with them all white J's. Because I know he remembered because I just got those Syracuse color Air Force Ones. And he looked down, he said, "Where you get them from?" I say, "No, where you get them from?" Man. That boy came with them all white J's, man. People were sick. They were like, "Man, where Tony get them?" I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
Always been a sneakerhead, boy. Always
Me too.
been a sneakerhead.
Me too.
Kwanzaa,
Still am.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Kwanzaa knew we ain't lying.
He said we baffled with $10.
Oh yeah.
We did it, baby.
Man. And don't let it be loan check day.
Oh,
$50. We doing it.
oh. You talking about somebody partying like it's 1999.
Are you talking about not nail clad on to that day?
Man.
Friday?
No.
No.
Long check day. I was in jeans and on the dice game all day. For real, all day long.
We was in the school center playing tongue.
No,
all day long.
Yeah, my loan check. I think
You can forget your Friday classes. Now,
boy, it used to be, it used to be some sad faces walking out of that damn room in jeans, boy.
Man, let me tell you
long
something.
check day. Beating gambled away their rent money for the quarter and everything,
Oh,
man. For real, used to be some sad faces, boy.
They can't. Somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody left out of there. Just cashed a loan check for $2,000 and lost all of it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna name no name.
I'm gonna tell you that a fool. Their name is a fool. That's what they were. A fool.
Yeah.
That's their name, a fool.
And had to try to figure out how they were gonna pay rent the rest of the quarter
because they stayed off campus.
They didn't have OnlyFans back then, so they didn't have OnlyFans back then. So
lost every dime of it.
Man, kept my loan check, pay all my bills, looked at the rest of it, like, you know, I'm gonna get a good meal, get some Chinese food, what I could afford that day. Or church at the 99-cent special.
That's where we went.
Oh, Kwanzaa said no class for 2 weeks.
Yeah, a lot of people, that's what they did. That's what I'm trying to say. Whoever had classes, that's why I tried to schedule all my class. If I had a lab, I tried to schedule it on Friday. I didn't like classes on Friday. I like my 3-day weekends.
Mm-hmm.
See, so when you get like me, you just take it, you about to graduate. You like, man, fuck, I had an 8 o'clock class.
Right, you want to get up out of there.
I had an 8 o'clock class one semester. I'm like, man, I made a D in that class. I ain't give a damn. I'm like, hey, this ain't a major class. I could care less. Run that D. Run that bit.
I ain't mad at you,
dude. I was so tired. I was already mad because you know they switched over to we're gonna talk about basketball. This for Valley, so we gotta talk about it.
Right.
So, 2001, I back at drum major, all that stuff. I was like, they told me you can graduate on the quarter balance sheet. Like, bet I could get out in the summer. I was like, cool. midway through the semester, about October, mid-October, my boss said, "Hey man, hey dog, you already know what coming, name. You already know what coming.
Yeah, my advisor did that to me.
You got to go on the semester, dog." I'm like, "Excuse me,
My
semester what?"
advisor did that to me.
I was like, "Semester D nuts? What?" So I
My
was pissed off. I went to band prep. I gave the whole band 2 laps. I was so pissed off.
and then my advisor told me then he retired the next semester. I say, ain't you something?
Yeah,
You need to find out where you live, punk.
I was 38. I had to take 3 different. I had to take 3 extra classes that weren't nowhere near my balance sheet. They had to take a different.
3?
There are 3 different classes that were added to my balance sheet, and I already registered. I'm like, shit, I can't finish this in the summer because then there's no way. Like cultural diversity, it was another class, and I think I forgot what the other one was. I'm like, I think it was economics. I had to take economics, and I'm like, I ain't need to take that. Now I had to take it, so I was pissed. I'm like, man, so I had to spend a whole nother year. Then they tried to not give me financial aid money that last semester. Somehow they found about $8,000 for me for that last semester. That's the only reason I like Lomate now. He found me some money. I told him to, hey man, I appreciate you.
Man, let me tell you something.
And he did.
My advisor told me that, and there was a class that was only offered a specific time of the year, every year, once a year.
Spring, probably.
I hated that, man. He waited to tell me that, and then 2 weeks later, the who was it? Damn, Mr. Hutnick, I think it was, say, Dr. Jalali is retiring. Now I'm gonna have to be your advisor. I say, you mother, man. You talking about somebody mad?
Oh yeah. My master program did me the same way, but it was better though. I just started like you gotta we changed the sheet because it's K Crip, and you gotta do a whole year for an internship. I'm like, okay, cool. More financial aid for me. Okay, bet.
Man.
But enough for story time with Uncle Fade, Uncle PT, and Uncle Damon. Enough for story time. We'll have another story. We'll have another story Sunday or Wednesday. We'll have another story. All right. All-Star weekend with this weekend. Just keep in mind, we did not pick this rundown. Michael Atwater picked this rundown. We're waiting for him to join the show. So, NBA All-Star weekend. Let's put it like this. We should have had a show on Sunday.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed, fellas. I mean, it was my birthday weekend. I didn't catch a lot. I caught some. But what I caught, I guess I'm spoiled a little bit in our age, man, because even, some of the things that we saw, it was always ultra competitive. They wanted to put on a show. It didn't seem like they wanted to. I mean, they wanted to ooh and eye everybody, but I didn't get nothing out of it, man. I was a little disappointed. I really didn't know the cats in the dunk contest. I didn't, and not to say McClone. I mean, he was impressive considering he was 6'2". He tried to be creative. I wasn't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? It don't excite me like it used to when we was 13, 14 years old. When you watch 16, 17, you watching Dominique Clyde, Mike, all of the Sean Kemp. You can even go back Rex Chapman, Kenny Walker. I mean, it was guys that was creative too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Corey, what up, though? Kelvin, thanks, bro. I don't know, man. Y'all tell me. I just wasn't thrilled by it, man. And I talked to a couple of my friends. I was telling Faye earlier, I talked to a couple of friends. They weren't thrilled either, man. They was kind of pissed off about it. So I don't know what y'all think, but I wasn't too thrilled by it, man.
Did you watch any of that monstrosity of a game, Tony?
I did not. I'm not gonna even lie. I did not.
You did right. You did right.
I was in the A, man. We had my daughter moved to Korea, man, South Korea.
Wow.
She got on the flight. Tuesday morning, 12 o'clock. So Sunday night, Sunday evening, we was in the A. We had a little get together for a little going away party at a Korean restaurant. So I was putting in some QT with the fam, man. I really did not get a chance to see. Like I saw little glances of it, but it wasn't nothing that I was really paying attention to.
You did right.
You did right, boss.
You did right.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it was terrible, man. I heard it was terrible. Yeah, I mean, it's been that way for the past couple of years, man.
Yes, sir.
Actually,
Okay.
I heard it was worse this year though. I don't know what.
Hey, Tony, everybody I talked to, I was telling Faye this before we got on. Everybody I talked to said it was terrible. They didn't like the weekend, period. It was like awful. They didn't care for none of it. They were like, man, we missed Jordan and Isaiah and Iverson in those days. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from somebody like I know anybody that know Tony Arnold. He is ultra competitive. No matter what he do, he's a competitive dude. And when you used to being around competition and competitive people, if you don't become competitive, something wrong because that rubs off on you. And it seems like none of it comes out. You know what I'm saying? It don't seem like I'm not saying you can't be friends with your boys in the NBA, but when you on opposite sides of the court, you know you want to compete to win. And sometimes I don't see that. Even back then in an all-star game, man, you seen Kobe going at somebody. You seen Ivo going at somebody. You seen Mike kill somebody with a game-winning shot. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't see that no more, bro. It's run up, let's do a nice dunk. That's it. Then maybe play a little occasional defense. That's it. You know, you don't see nobody trying to get on Larry Bird and he eyeing you up and he boom and then Magic come down running down the court. You don't see that no more, bro. And it's not exciting no more because it's still a whoever scores the most wins. Stop me. You can't compete. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, for a couple. I mean, I can't remember when they first switched to this new format.
5 years ago.
Yeah, but you know, for the first couple of years that I watched it, man. You know, as long as you tuned in the fourth quarter, in the last couple of minutes when they was really trying to get after it, you know, they would play like the last 5 minutes or so, like they really would ball. But you know, I heard that it was definitely different this year, man. Matter of fact, I actually saw like the last, I guess maybe like the last 5 minutes of it today. I had when I had cut the TV on at work, it had happened to be on NBA TV because I was trying to watch some of the festivities on Friday. No, I was watching the practice and stuff like that. So the TV was on NBA TV and they was replaying the All-Star game. So I kind of caught the last couple of minutes of it. And it took Team Giannis and them like 5 minutes, dude, to get off of that 3-point lead they had. Like they just kept coming down court and it was trying to jack up half court threes, you know what I'm saying, to win the game. It was crazy, man. It was crazy from what I saw.
They switched to that the team format about 6 years ago. They switched to the Steepson, the fourth quarter where it's just add 24 points to whoever got the lead 3 years 2020 in honor of Kobe. They did that in honor of Kobe when he passed. So that started in 2020. But the question we folks already asking, this Corey Green, friend of the show, Fort Valley. What do we need to do to bring it back? Start with you. What would you guys do? I'm gonna tell you my thoughts after you go. We might have the same thoughts. Either one of y'all go.
Somebody big name. I mean, I don't know who. When it comes to we know 3-point shootout, we know that some of the guys was injured. Top 3 shooters was injured. So I get it. I heard somebody say this, and I actually agree with the dunk contest. Somebody big name should be entering it. You know, some big name guy, known dunker, whatever, should be entering it. The problem is, I think it's a difference in being an in-game dunker and one who's creative. I think it's a huge difference. So maybe we looking at it, cats like Ja and all them taking off on somebody. Maybe they're not the creative type. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But if I was to say, as far as the festivities, because I don't really know about that skill stuff. I don't even get into that. I'm not really into that. I'm 3-point shootout dunk contest. That's just me. But maybe somebody big name, but then who's big name? Who want to do it? You know, they don't feel like they need to do it. Put it in their contract. You enter the dunk contest, you get this amount of money. You win it, you get this amount of money. You know, I don't know. As far as the game, I think Fade might have the best idea. I'm gonna let him say it. I think that I might concur with his idea.
I mean, as far as I honestly don't think it's I don't think it's a way to fix it. I'm just gonna be transparent. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't think it's a way to fix it. I think that is the environment we're in now. It's just not the NBA. No, it's the NFL. It's college basketball. It's college football. No, every situation is unique, but it still comes down to the root of the same thing. And it's about that bread, and it's about protecting yourself to make as much bread as you can. Um, it's not about the competitiveness of it anymore. Um, so I don't really think that I don't think it's a way that you can bring that back, man. I mean, how can you make somebody competitive, man? It's either in you or it's not. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think it's broken, man. I really don't see, it's a way that it can be fixed. No, I really don't. So, Fabe, if you it seems like you and Dee talked about it before. If you got an idea, I'm interested to hear, what your idea is. But I personally don't think it's a way to fix it.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. With the 3-point contest, that's going to be based on stats, so I get that part. So Big Cat won it last year, and he's injured. He's been injured for like the last 2 months. So he would have been defending his title this year. Steph is hurt. Clay is having a bad year. So those three guys would have made the contest way more credible. Buddy Hield's a great shooter. Don't get me wrong. Buddy Hield's great. Halliburton had a good season. Dame is great. But those three guys should have been in there. But injuries, you can't control that part. So the 3-point contest, it is what it is on that part. With the dunk contest, I have two different ideas. If they go ahead and cut the voting off a little bit sooner and have the people that's participating in it, I would say since you're here, you're gonna be in the dunk contest. If you don't participate in the dunk contest, you don't play All-Star Weekend. That's one. Another option would be to get your three best dunkers in the NBA and you get your three best dunkers on YouTube or whatever. Put about $2 million pot out there. Best dunker wins.
That's not bad.
That idea does grab my interest and pique my interest. But again, it still comes down to whether the 3 stars of the NBA are going they're going to participate. How can you make them participate? I hear what you're saying, but how are you going to make them participate?
Oh, easy, because you get a bonus for being an all-star, and you don't participate in all the activities, you don't get your all-star bonus.
Those stars don't care about that, man.
Okay.
I'm just being real. Them stars don't care about that, man. Because most of the stars, NBA is guaranteed money, which we all know. Them stars, they getting $40-50 million a season, man. They ain't worried about what's the. I'm curious. What is the All-Star? What's the All-Star bonus for like a star, for like a superstar?
I think everybody get the same thing. For the contract, depending on what's in their contract. But
I think it depends on their contract. I think a star.
Forget about the contract part of it for a minute, because like I said, ain't no team gonna enforce that on those superstars. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real about that.
I'm just trying to think of different ways. I'm just trying to.
No, I get you. I know we just talking. You know what I'm saying? But we just talking.
Okay. Let's put the contract aside. I think Tony brings up a point when the mega stars, the superstars, the LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony level stars probably wouldn't do it. Um, the only way I think you could probably get them involved is if the pot was bigger.
$2 million. I mean, that's
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I mean that's why I said that. I like that idea. I don't know if the $2 million would get it though. It may. I don't know.
I
I
probably
mean,
would.
it'll
Yeah,
get me.
I think 5 would.
I think 5
Okay,
because
so
you can get
Or you would have to do at least or you would have to do at least 3. See, because you said 3 on you said you saying
well, four for each side. That way, one person from the NBA and one person from the outside could definitely meet in the championship. So
right.
Oh, I get what you're saying. So yeah,
Yeah.
And the win and does the winner get the whole pot or
The winner gets the whole pot.
or do you have a first, second, and third place?
You got a first place. One person wins it.
One person win $2 million.
One person. They ain't gonna ride. You don't think they're gonna ride right now? $5 million.
That,
5
yeah,
would do it.
fact. Yeah, 5 would do
5
it.
would do it.
Five.
5
would
would do
do
it.
it.
5
5
would
would
do it.
do it. If you said 5 million and you get you said three or four of the top
Four from each side. Four
from each side, and you get the winner of the NBA and the winner of the YouTube to battle it out for the 5. That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. And then you will have them YouTubers trying to come with their best.
Mm-hmm.
Because they
But then
want
but now that I think about it, because I'm telling you, man, I just know the environment we in now, man. If you do go the route of the YouTubers, then you have to worry about the NBA stars that are in it being afraid that they're gonna get showed up by a YouTuber.
damn, you right.
But get what though?
That's true.
It is what it is. You got it. That means you really need to challenge yourself. Which brings me to the Sunday.
But
game.
but that's the root of the problem. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't fix that.
Yeah, it's
You
gone.
can't fix that. You can't even fix that with money, bro. If you're
The
not
competitive nature is gone. Well, let me say this: the competitive nature that we're used to
that we're used to
is gone.
Even down spades and bid with we didn't want to lose.
Oh,
Man,
hey, look, the past. I say maybe last week, sometime last week, I finally, I got I'm an Apple head, so I got like the Apple One thing, where I get the fitness, the music, and everything arcade all in one. And I've never went into the arcade thing ever, dude. Like I done had this thing like 3 years, dude. Then finally last week, I went into the little arcade thing 'cause I was bored. I was at my son's robotic thing on a Saturday, and I'm sitting there with my iPad. I was bored out of my damn mind in between his competitions. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, damn, what can I do? I went in the arcade thing. I found a spades game, dude.
Oh, hold on. What name of it is?
Hey, listen, boy, I'm playing the spades, pissed off and cussing at the spade. I'm talking about it's in me, dude. I'm talking about I'm competitive, dude.
Yeah.
I'm competitive, dude. I don't like to lose at nothing, man.
I'm with you.
Nothing. I don't care what it is, dude. Nothing.
Hey, what the name of that spade game is, dog? What the name of that spade game is?
Hold on. I had to find. I'll tell you when we get off.
But
I don't want to go black on the screen.
But the one thing I think y'all might agree on first, the All-Star game, that Sunday game is making USA versus the world.
That's what I was talking about, Tony. I actually like that idea. Because if you think about it, U.S. versus the world, some of the top players are from different parts of the world. Giannis is from Greece. Joel Embiid is from Africa, Nigeria to be exact. You got Lucas from Serbia, I think.
Slovenia.
Serbia.
Slovenia.
So you looking
Jokic's
at
from Serbia.
That's 3 of the top 10 players in the NBA. That's from a different country.
No, so, I get that, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, bro. I promise you, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But still, even with that, they don't want to take the chance of getting hurt or hurting themselves or anything happening. So like, if Giannis, which he was hurt this weekend, didn't play, But
Right.
say during this game before Giannis wasn't hurt, he didn't get hurt. The last regular season game before the All-Star break. Say he hurt his wrist during the All-Star game, playing in the All-Star game. Dude, they would never be like the media. They would the media would kill him. The Bucks would be they'd be dragging the Bucks through the mud. I mean, it's just I'm telling you, man. That's what I'm telling you, man. I don't think it could be fixed, man. You can't fix society, bro. That's just where can't fix the culture. You can't fix that culture. That's just the culture and the environment that we're in right now, man. And it sucks, man. It sucks.
Well,
These
America, I
these
try.
these younger crowd, man. They're not built like we were
I
built, man.
I give a shout out to Anthony Edwards. Did you hear what he said?
What?
He said they asked him what would he if it was one thing he could change about the NBA right now, what would it be? And he said, for me personally, the load management. He said there's a chance where there's a fan, I come to his town and his or her goal is to see me play, and then I decide to sit out, or it's just that. He said, I'll play every game I can because I don't know who paid good money to come see me play. So my goal would be forget load management. These people pay good money for these tickets. They need to see me play. If I'm injured, they would understand. But just sitting out because of coach's decision or whatever, they didn't come to see that. They came to see me play.
No,
So I give him mad props for even acknowledging that.
And you know,
I definitely give him props for acknowledging that too. But
played that game this year too.
but we just talked about this recently. I don't know, what show it was, but I know it was recently because we were talking about load management. I think that was one of our topics.
Mm-hmm.
It's not management though. Well, actually that is management.
Upper management.
Yeah, that's upper management.
Mm-hmm.
Which we know
that's pretty much because we went into depth about it and we talked about how Pop was the originator of that. You know what I'm saying, and everything.
2012.
So yeah.
Remember, Shot was on the show about a month ago.
Yeah.
For those that may not know, go ahead, Damon.
I give him credit though, because he do realize that people pay good money to come see him play, and he won't. I think he had gave an example. I forgot what example it was. I'm pretty sure he gave me one. I could be wrong, but I'm paraphrasing. His thing was, if you paying to come see Anthony Edwards play, Anthony Edwards is gonna play because I don't know who paid money to see this and see that, and I'm one of the attractions. Then I need to be out there on that court.
Yeah, me and Tony listened to Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Now, I think somebody called in the other day. I think it was today or yesterday. Said his son saved up all his money for a whole year to watch Steph Curry. And I think they had a back-to-back with Detroit. Didn't play. That boy saved up $800-900 for 2 tickets and lost all that money because the motherfucker didn't play. Oh, damn it, my bad.
No, that's passion, Faye. We got it. If they call, we can explain that one, man.
But the load management, I mean, there's no way we can fix it because we can't shorten the season. We can't shorten the season because you're gonna lose money, it's revenue sharing. You put it in the contract, then they'll say it's a legit injury, and a lot of this is from management though too. And if you think about it, with load management, the way that they talked about JJ Redick, he gets some heat for some stuff, but I mean, he's telling the truth on a lot of the stuff though.
I mean, as always, man, it's valid points on every side, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's valid points on every side.
So the way that
you saw, did you see Dominique's?
I did. You know what I said to Dominique?
What?
You know what I said to Dominique? Him and JJ Redick had something in the comment though.
What?
They never made out the second round, but that's neither here nor there. Just saying, I love Dominique, but Jay ain't got the second round though. Couldn't get past Boston.
But that just go to show how competitive it was back then when the boy were playing, dude.
All I'm saying.
And the thing about those, I mean, they were hard fouls. I think it's just all that stuff. I mean, the bad boy pissing in the Knicks. If you ain't thick like Anthony Mason before he had a heart attack and had Biggie put a gun on him, you straight. And I got a story. Okay, if you ain't listened to got a story to tell. Fat
if
Joe.
you really want to go, I mean, if you really think about it, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing, John Starks,
Anthony Mason,
those guys, bro, they love physicality. It's like that's what they. And then you had Bill Laimbeer, probably the most hated white man in the league back then.
He could not play in the league right now.
They killed him. They kill him. Him, Mahorn and Sally and Robin getting on your nerves and doing stuff like that.
Joe Dumars, don't forget about Joe Dumars.
Yeah, Joe Dumars, who played excellent defense without doing all that stuff. I mean, if Michael Jordan is saying I hated when Joe Dumars guarded me, that's saying something.
Because he had the same body weight, he's more stockier.
Yeah,
and he could get under Jordan. He could get under Jordan.
Yeah, he had quick hands and quick feet.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is those players back then, they took it to heart when they lost. They didn't sugarcoat nothing. Those guys wanted to go and beat you convincingly to say that was a fluke. They wanted to show you didn't beat me on the kindness. That was a fluke. Competitive juices was all in that in the league back then. Now I'm not saying it's not. Nah, it just don't show. Not to me, in my opinion, it just don't show.
Yeah, the microwave. Of course, said the microwave.
They had the years that we grew up, man. Those guys, man. It was the mid '80s.
Even Boston, McHale and Parrish and them boys, man.
McHale, Bird, DJ. You had squad.
Mark Aguirre,
yeah, Mark. They had traded away Adrian Dantley to get him though.
Yeah, Daryl Harper. Yeah, I remember he could. Yeah, he. You could put the basket in front of him at 6'2", and he'll still miss the shot.
Shoot, well, boy, he was a lockdown defender though.
Yeah.
In the microwave, Johnson. Don't forget the microwave.
The microwave. I just call him microwave. I just call him microwave. You know what I'm talking about?
Man.
But yeah. Before we get on to the second half expectations, who is today's version of Vinnie Johnson? Would it be Lou Williams? Before Lemon Pepper Lou?
That's fair. That's fair. Before him, I would say Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Damon froze. I think Damon froze.
He did.
He got snapped. Damon got snapped. Yeah, Lemon Pepper Lou. Yeah, he was a great decision maker. If you know what I'm talking about.
Cheney going back to the WNBA.
That's a good move. Go back to the Sparks. Go back to the Sparks for another year. Her sister Nika going to sign on too.
Yeah, I was just reading that.
Yeah, I enjoy watching her host the show. She's pretty good. She's actually pretty good. That's pretty good.
I do too. For other reasons. Fine, boy. Goodness gracious, boy.
She's a good journalist. She's a good journalist. She has journalistic integrity. What you expecting in the second half, Tony? What you expecting in the second half of the season?
Man, I mean, I expect the cream to rise to the top. In the East, I think it's pretty much going to be Boston and Milwaukee. I'm interested to see if Cleveland gets healthy, and what they possibly can do. Because if healthy, them boys can make some noise if they're healthy, but they've been hurt all season. And in the West, I mean, I'm interested to see You know what, Golden State, if Golden State's gonna make a push, you know what I'm saying, once they get healthy, to the see, you know what KD is gonna bring to Phoenix, whether them boys gonna be able to gel, and whether the Lakers can make the playoffs. You know, it's definitely a uh, newfound energy out in LA, man. You know, with the Lakers. Uh, I don't know how real it's gonna be yet. You know, I have to see. You know, the Clippers definitely gonna make some noise too. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's definitely gonna be interesting, and the way that it's set up now, with way the you know the All-Star break is, man. You know, it's a lot of teams, man, that don't have number like 20, 22 games left
Yeah.
before the end of the season.
Now,
So it's definitely gonna be a mad dash, man.
now when you
A
say
lot of
making
jockeying for position.
making noise for the Clippers makes noise, you talk about them bricks that Westbrook gonna shoot up.
Nah, man. Nah. Nah.
Okay.
I think as usual, you know, I know you fall into that category. You want to blame Russell for
No, I'm
everything.
not blaming Russell. I'm not blaming him for what going with the Lakers.
I think he's not gonna have to be a shooter. You know, the Clippers got shooting. They got a lot of shooters.
That's
No,
that,
all he gonna do is be himself.
that was the problem. When he beat himself, that's what's gonna
No,
happen.
man. No.
But
Nah.
he wasn't the reason why the Lakers were losing. What's the GM name? Palinka. He the reason why the Lakers are in their position right now. I mean, you should have been made these moves before the season started. You should have those moves were able to be had right then and there.
I mean, he should have never been with the Lakers because he didn't
Yeah, I
fit.
agree. He should
But
stay
that's what
right
I'm
there. Watch.
saying. He actually fits. He actually fits with the Clippers. He fits.
He fits better. I just know that I know Paul George had his greatest season, his two best
Absolutely.
seasons with Russ. Now the
Absolutely.
problem is you're not going to have the ball, and Russ is a ball centric player though. It's going to be with PG and Kawhi. If he acquiesces to that, then the sky's the limit for him. But these are the Clippers though
But I
too.
think he is going. I think he is going to have the ball. I think he's going to have the ball. I'm interested to see if he's going to start. I'm really interested to see if he's
You
going to
got no
start.
choice. I mean,
What's
But
going
even
on with
if,
John Wall though?
but even if
oh, John
well,
Wall got
who?
traded back to Houston. John Wall got traded back to
Back to
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
traded
he's
back to
not.
Houston
Yeah,
release. That was fucked up. Damn it.
no way, no way.
Hey,
Why?
you worry about the sponsors. Don't worry about it.
Anatole said
Okay,
it best.
so let me ask y'all boys a question because I'm not the biggest Russ fan. I will say this: I agree with Tony. I think they do. I think he do fit with the Clippers. A lot of it is because he did play with PG-13. Kawhi is not the guy that's gonna give a whole lot of mouth for problems. He just gonna go out and play really.
And
I
he gonna
think
get his. Kawhi gonna get his. He don't need to be ball dominant. He
right,
gonna get his.
right.
I got a story too. When Kawhi won a championship with the Raptors, he got a phone call from somebody. You know who it is, Tony. Who he got a call from first?
Tell your story, Fat.
Westbrook.
Tell your story, Fat.
What?
I mean,
Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying, go and tell your story, Fat.
So he got a call from Westbrook. Like, all right, I'll holler at you. Then he made a call to Paul George. Like, hey, come on, Oklahoma City. And he basically put the Clippers on the clock. Like, hey, I want Paul George. Don't get Paul George. Going to the Lakers. He could have low managed the rest of his life with the Lakers. Every game AD played, he could have took off, which wasn't a lot.
I don't know. I think this one for Russ may work out.
I
It
think
may work out. It
they're
may
going to the
work out.
conference championship.
He didn't want to leave LA. He gonna stay right there. He gonna be at home. You know, I don't know if it'll be a bad fit for him.
They'll go to the conference championship. They'll make it to the conference championship. I can see that.
It all depends on how healthy Golden State get, man.
It don't matter. That team was broken when Draymond punched the old boy. When he punched the old boy, that broke the team. You should have traded Draymond right then and there. you should have either suspended him or traded him.
I don't think that's their problem though. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think that's their problem, Faye.
Well, that's part of their problem because think about it. Curry has missed a lot of games this year, and Curry's the leader on that team, which means Draymond would pick up the leadership responsibility. I'm a player on that team, and I literally just saw you cold cock a $140 million man. Man, ain't gonna say shit to you. I ain't gonna listen to you. Which is why he's not
the problem. Hey, you know what though? I remember in a practice, the Pistons had a practice, and Bill Laimbeer and Isaiah Thomas got to the biggest fist fight. Two leaders. Bill was swole up, Isaiah was swole up. Social media and everything else allowed into a practice is what's killing it. Because nobody would have never known unless somebody in that practice told that Draymond hit my man in the face.
Which means they didn't like Draymond.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, Faye, but it was practices. I mean, Jordan said on The Last Dance he almost knocked Steve Kerr out. Had to apologize to him.
No, ain't no
more. Ain't no problem. He did knock Steve Kerr out.
You know, so I'm just what I'm saying. Yeah, what I'm saying is, y'all right. What I'm saying is, he came on The Last Dance was like, I know I did that man wrong, but you know, it got competitive in practice. What I'm saying is that wasn't looked on because the competitive nature of the players, they got into it. I remember Zach Randolph. You know what I'm saying? It was just that type of thing. I just don't understand why it's a problem now. I don't get it. Because if you got that competitive fire, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And Draymond is cut from that cloth. He from Saginaw too. So, that's how they get down to Saginaw.
Sag nasty. Yeah.
Sag nasty. That's how they do. It's just a lot of it. I'm not calling the players prima donnas. I'm not calling them soft. I'm just saying it's a different type of player now. It's compared to what we saw back in the mid 80s, late 80s, 90s, even some of the 2000s, early 2000s. Man, you had to be tough. The 04 Pistons, tough. They were strong. They was bullies. You had to out-bully them to beat them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I ain't calling the players no names. It's just it's a player that I'm not used to. You know, I ain't taking none from their greatness. It's just I'm not used to, you know, somebody always looking back, crying to the refs. You know how many times Isaiah Thomas could have been crying to the refs? He even got beat. You know, all the players back then that used to go to the rack and got killed. Allen Iverson getting killed. All them boys was getting mauled, man. And they kept playing. Average 24, 25 a game, getting to the hole. You know, I just don't. It's a different. We talking about different players, bro. These guys, they want to play with each other. Magic and Bird didn't want to play with each other. They wanted to play against each other. They wanted to beat each other. It's a difference. They was cool off the court, on the court. We finna take care of the business. I think that's the difference, in my opinion.
All right, give me your bold prediction these last 25 games. Give me one bold prediction.
One bold prediction. Yeah, Pay, that's a good one.
I'm gonna give you two, one in the East and one in the West. The Heat will be a top 3 seed by the end of the regular season with Kevin Love coming there. They got shooting. And the second one is I can see Memphis dropping down to the play-in game.
Ooh, that's a bold.
I don't really have one for the East right offhand on the top of the dome. But my bold prediction is actually I don't think the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans are not gonna make the playoffs.
I can see that because I don't think Zion come back this year.
Um,
I could see Phoenix going back to the finals.
That's not really bold though, but the move they made was bold.
Yeah, but that's why I say it. Because if you'd have told if they wouldn't have left Durant, landed Durant, I didn't see it happening.
The reason why I say that's a bold prediction, Kevin, is because the way they struggled all year, and the $96 million shooter that has not seen the court at all this year. That's the reason why. Because Duncan Robinson, they should have traded him to the Lakers or anybody like that who needed shooting. They could have played the zoned up, but the way they play defense, the way they play in Miami, he's getting no burn. They rather trust Gabe Vincent, Kevin Martin, Kyle Lowry. They had Kyle Lowry traded, but Pat Riley went to bed early.
mm-hmm.
Cavs will be in the conference finals. I can see that, but at the same time, Donovan Mitchell's he's a great player, a spotty shooter, but I mean he did score 71, but I can see that. But if they had to play anybody like if they play Milwaukee, they'll gentleman sweep.
Hey,
Sweet.
that Memphis
Gentleman
was
sweep. Gentleman sweep, Tony. Gentleman sweep.
Oh.
that Memphis one that's a good one.
I think Memphis will probably be in the play-in.
That's a good one.
They haven't looked right since they lost to the Lakers. They haven't looked right.
Is Triple J hurt?
No.
See, I wonder about him sometimes because ever since he left Michigan State, he's been hurt almost every year. He got that somewhat of an Anthony Davis syndrome where he can't play a full season. But when he does play, he's a good player. I actually can see that because it's almost like inevitable. I hate to say that Fade do this. They be talking about Fade when he do this, but it's almost inevitable that he's going to get hurt.
Dang, I wish somebody would. I mean, I'm just waiting for Chris Paul to get hurt again.
I didn't say nothing about Chris Paul. I just said I know where you going with this, but
yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. was an All-Star game. Yeah,
okay, all right.
He played the last few games for break All-Star game.
He helps. I mean, I know Ja's the guy, but he helps Ja. He's a really good help to Ja because he can protect the basket. He can pull big men out because he can shoot the three. He's a very good rebounder. That's good help for Ja. I know Ja take off on you in a minute, but at some point he's gonna have to slow down on doing that.
So we got a lot. Season cranks back up tomorrow night. We're going to see what the Lakers going to do. The Lakers probably need to go 18-5, 17-6 to have a shot at that 6th seed. So, and they play four of the top eight teams twice in the next 2 weeks. So they're going to have to at least go, let's see, 8 games. They'll probably go 6-2, 5-3 in those 8 games. Okay, quick question. Do you really want to talk about college basketball? We want to talk about this bullshit hiring by Washington Commanders.
Please, let's get to that.
Okay, so Mike, I know you want to talk about NCAA basketball, but we're gonna wait for you to come back because
March Madness coming up real soon. I really want to know y'all feelings on this hire.
Let me put in the running. Let me put in the one call. So as you know, Bienemy has won 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, has had the top 3 offense in the league since taking over as the offensive coordinator in 2018. But yet the losing coordinators from the Philadelphia Eagles have become head coaches. Bienemy is an African-American man. The head coaches for the assistant coaches for Eagles are of a lighter complexion without melanin. Bienemy has been signing 1-year contracts for the last 2 years and became the assistant head coach / offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders. Tony, go.
Man, I kind of been all over. I kind of been all over the place with my feelings on this. At first, I definitely was disappointed. I'm overall disappointed because I feel like he's not getting the shot he deserves. So let me start there first. I definitely don't think he's getting the shot that he deserves. I put some of that on Andy Reid.
Some, at least
Um,
70%.
yeah, but I mean at the same time he's not doing anything any different, and that's why I'm saying as I continue to think through the process, he's not doing anything different uh to EB that he did to Nagy or Doug Peterson or those guys. No, he's always been heavily involved in his offense and calling plays. Even with those guys, but those guys still got head coaching opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it comes back to what is really at play here. Um, then, like I said, then I was like, well, he was signing 1 year deals and really wasn't getting the job security that he deserved. So, uh, maybe it is a good look for him. Then I went back to the whole, well, it may be Rivera's, last year in Washington. This is a make or break year.
That
So
and
he
his health
may be,
is more of his health because he dealt with cancer the last 2 years.
yeah, but I don't think it's just more of his health. I think that is part of it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think that, man, he's been in Washington a few years now, man. This a make or break year.
yeah. One
They
division the first
they
year.
probably getting ready to have a new ownership come through there
Yep.
probably sometime this season. So this is a make or break year. So um, it's kind of all over the place, man. I feel sorry that just to kind of get root to the root of it, man, because I got a lot of things I can say about it. And I could talk about this for a while. I'm sorry about the situation that he's in. I hate the situation that he's in. Um, I don't really know how good the commander's job is going to be for him. I definitely understand making the move and getting out of Andy Reid's spotlight because it was holding him back. Whether we agree with that should have been taking place or not, that is part of what's going on. So I wish him well, man. I just the Commanders, man. I just like they don't even really have a. In other words, he shouldn't have no excuse. If he can make if he can get the Commanders to the playoffs, and he can get them boys playing offense turned around and playing the right way. No, he shouldn't have any more excuses, man, because they don't really have a quarterback.
Even if they get
Uh,
if they get him the top 15 offense, that's a
mm-hmm,
win. That's a
mm-hmm.
win. But
Because they don't have no quarterback.
that's
I
the
mean,
only thing they miss. They got talent everywhere.
they seem to be hanging everything and putting all their eggs in the same hole. And I mean, because he had a good game against my beloved Cowboys. I mean, I don't know, man. I wish him luck, man. I wish him luck. It's sad to say, but that's where we at. The color of his skin is definitely holding him back. We all know that. I know we talked about it in the chat. And talked about it amongst each other. I definitely think there's other factors at play, whether it's poor interviewing, not being able to sell his vision for the franchise. Because when you're a head coach, man, when you interview for a team, man, I realized this a long time ago, just listening to some stuff and doing some research, man. When you go in there and you have an interview, dude, like you have to talk about everything with your nutrition program, your strength program, who you want on your staff, who your staff gonna be, what your philosophy is gonna be. Like you're not the CEO, of course, but it's almost like you're the
You're the
CEO.
CEO. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to sell all of that in your interview, man. Some people do that well, some people don't. So I mean, I don't know, man. I hope he gets the opportunity he deserves, man, at some point.
Before Damon go, I want to know who he's pitching as his staff to these owners, and let's make it. Could it be he's making the blackest ass staff possible to give everybody opportunity. Could that be a reason why? And these only
Yeah,
like
dude, I'm looking at all these moves the Ravens making. Hell, them boys didn't got black. I didn't know. I didn't know T. Martin was on staff, and they just hired Willie Taggart. They got Willie Taggart, T. Martin.
But your OC White though, still though. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would rather. I would
guess.
rather have if Bienemy would have went to Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. Washington came out of left field for me.
Yep.
No, I thought if he left, he was gonna go to Baltimore.
That made the most sense. I guess John Harbaugh didn't want that. I guess he didn't want that smoke just in case he had to struggle again this year. But John Harbaugh, you've been there about 15 years, dog. You good. The only reason why you will leave will be you. But if Airbnb, I think Lamar would have signed quick, fast, in a hurry if they had Bienemy. And all you need is like Odell Beckham, DeAndre Hopkins. That's an option. We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks when free agency hit. DeAndre Hopkins to the Baltimore Ravens. That makes too much like right, but that's neither here nor there. Damon, go ahead and talk about this Airbnb thing.
I was kind of thrown back because who he went to, the Commanders, or a team that's going through a nut job of an owner, all the stuff that's going on around it. So you have a quarterback that you like, but maybe don't like. It's, to me, I'm wondering if he was the how I want to say it. I'm trying to think how I want to say it. Was Bienemy that Rooney pick just to be a pick? Something to save the organization. Oh, look what we doing. We gonna change over and we gonna make this move to where we gonna hire one of the premier coaches, and he black. Nobody else want to give him a chance. Look what we doing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about that. But then as soon as that offense don't click, he the first person they gonna blame. Who really? I mean, we talking about Ron Rivera, fellas. You know what I'm saying? That's a defensive-minded coach. He a gambler when it comes to different things on the field. In Carolina, he had the stud quarterback. He had Cam. You know what I'm saying? So he could fall back. Cam can be Superman like he was till Cam got hurt. Then everything fell off. With Bienemy and the style of offense, they don't have, to me, the most important thing in an Andy Reid offense is somewhat of a dual threat quarterback. He had McNabb, Mahomes. Mahomes was more mobile than McNabb, but McNabb would get out that pocket and move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, early McNabb would get out until they got T.O. When they got T.O., that made him a better pocket passer.
Right.
And that LASIK surgery,
he broke his ankle.
And LASIK surgery, he had LASIK surgery too. That's what made McNabb a better passer also.
Yep. So you looking at those are the type of quarterbacks that really made Andy Reid's offense go. But if you looking at the play calling and Eric Bieniemy, he done won Super Bowls. Yeah, that makes sense. But get a man a chance. Everybody, the man been a hot topic for the last 3-4 years. And you mean to tell me you rather hire the Eagles offensive coordinator who he just beat, who he scored on every possession in the second half? You rather hire that guy instead of giving Bienemy a chance? It doesn't make sense. So we all know that let's just be real, it's the skin color. I hate to say it, but it's the law of the West. It is. Bienemy should have been got hired as a head coach. At least gotten a chance. After that first Super Bowl, somebody should have got him. Then you go back and win a second one with a quarterback who was hurt, and he still found a way to put up points on. Let's look at it now. Philadelphia had a stingy defense. They had a really good defense. They came in and made great second half adjustments, and they scored on that defense every possession of the second half. Bienemy has something to do with that. The man is he's an offensive genius almost. There's no way he should not be sitting in the in a somebody's office as a head coach, a CEO. Now, whatever he's saying in his interviews, if it's throwing him off, can you look at the totality? You've seen what the man can do on the field.
Yeah.
Forget the interview. You've seen what you did. I mean, Horatio used to say this all the time, and even Faye says sometimes it's the eye test. You looking at what you see on the field. You see what the man capable of doing, and he can't get a job. I don't know. I think that job was to save the franchise, man. Because at the end of the day, yeah, Snyder is still the owner. He ain't gonna be the owner long, but at least they got a coach they feel that can get them out of the hole because they followed the Rooney Rule. He won Super Bowls. He may be able to change it around. He may be one of the faces that help us save our franchise. That's what I think. It all boils down to that's what I believe. That's my opinion. He was that savior hire. He was that guy that you could put up. He's a clean-cut dude. He won Super Bowls, and he's an offensive genius. Look, we knocking down cogs to change the Commanders' persona. That's how I look at that, man. They ain't really nobody want to give that man a chance. That's just crazy. I don't understand it, and I probably never will. There's too many coaches that got chance after chance, fellas, before he got his first.
All I got to say is Washington needs to trade up into the top 4.
Yeah, and get a quarterback.
CJ Stroud, if you can.
Oh, he would go good with Bienemy. Either him.
Oh Lord, what's wrong?
I think so. I think he would go good with Bienemy.
I don't want to see CJ Stroud play for Washington, man.
Oh, you just don't want to.
They messed up. They messed up Dwayne Haskins.
Oh yeah,
good point.
And RG3.
Mm-hmm.
But
good point.
Yeah.
Well, they need to get you know what? Then maybe not trade up. Maybe not trade up. Maybe take a chance, second round pick on Roberson.
I mean, they definitely need to trade up. I just don't want to see them get no CJ Stroud.
Will Levis not.
I don't want to see them.
I don't really trust Will Levis. Now, if he prove us wrong, that's one thing. I don't really trust. I don't really trust him for that matter, Roberson. But at least Roberson, you got a quarterback. You're already in the build mode. Let my man take the beat. And Roberson, if he come in, if you trade up, I mean CJ Stroud, yeah.
What's the draft for them? Where are they at right now?
They're 18. No, 16. Excuse me. 16.
They're
16. They're 16. Washington 16.
They gonna have to trade up big time.
Yeah, they're gonna have to trade up.
They're gonna trade their first, second, fourth, and probably another first next year just to get in the top 5. Or you could put an option. Lamar Jackson.
I mean, quiet as kept, they could do it.
Yeah,
because they got the pieces in place. So they had a roster. So it's not like they trying to build in the draft.
Yeah.
So they literally, as much as I hate to say it, because I hate the Commanders, dude.
They got weapons.
They got weapons.
They have a trigger man. That's all. I mean, look out for this trade. It's gonna be. I know we'll talk about this in a couple of weeks with Lamar. Will he get franchise, whatever. Don't be surprised if Washington throw their hat in the ring to try to get Lamar over there.
Yeah,
Miami be a better fit.
I was gonna say that earlier too.
Miami's a better fit for Lamar, but let's get the head there. But anyway,
you think Bienemy would look at throwing his name out there because I just heard he went to the Jets. But you think they'll try to look at Carr?
I wouldn't. I mean,
just as a
courtesy.
A courtesy, or if they happen to sign him, maybe a journeyman until they draft a quarterback.
I would. You better off signing Jimmy Garoppolo, but I mean, if you're gonna do that, it'll be a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
Um, but with Carr, his season wasn't as bad as what folks are making it out to be. Remember, he's learning a New England system, and he had to learn the verbiage, terminology, different plays, and all that stuff. Stidham, and Daniel brought Stidham with him because he already knew the offense.
That's not what I heard as far as the issue was. Uh,
What your source is telling you, Tony, before we get to part of shot? What your source is telling you?
I mean, his brother David came out over the weekend and said that they were basically him and McDaniel was bumping heads
Yeah, yeah,
because
you see that.
David, what I'm saying, McDaniel was trying to be so rigid with the offense and didn't want to give Carr the autonomy to get them out of plays at the line of scrimmage and go into another play.
I can actually
Uh,
see that.
yeah.
he wanted to run exactly what he called.
I can see that.
And Carr felt like he was good enough, and I agree with him. To read a defense and say, hey man, this ain't the play we need to be in. You know what I'm saying? And audible to a different play.
I can see that because everywhere McDaniels has gone, he ain't stayed long, and that's probably been one of his problems. I can see that.
Yeah, yeah, and and the one tragedy in all of this is that David, he should have had a longer NFL career.
Yes, Lord.
He should have a way longer career, and
I agree with that too.
he's the more talented car. To be honest with you, he's the more talented car.
He was.
Yep.
He definitely was.
Guys, they've been fun, man. Damon, party shots, hit it.
Okay, fellas. Let me give a shout out to Indiana University, Mike Woodson, University of Michigan's Juwan Howard, and Michigan State University, Tom Izzo, Spartan Strong. Um, the way Michigan held Michigan State up at Chrysler Arena was that was gracious, and the way that Mike supported came in from Indiana, gave the support that Michigan State needed due to tragedies that they lost 3 or 5 and still fighting for their life for some. Get my language. I'm gonna pay the $500 fine. Asshole came up and shot innocent kids for no reason. Shout out to the Indiana University and the University of Michigan for holding up their Big Ten brethren when they needed them. And shout out to Tom Izzo for the speech he gave. Although he said he was born in the UP, he was raised in Lansing all his adult life. And that's what he calls home. And, he broke into tears. Um, it was just an emotional time, both games. And I feel sorry. My condolences to the parents that had to bury their kids. We still praying for the 5 that still literally, fellas, they still fighting for their life in the hospital. So hashtag Spartan Strong, and big shouts out to their Big Ten brethren, U of M and IU. I salute both of them schools, man.
Pretty Tony.
So as we get ready to close out Black History Month, I actually learned a interesting fact today actually. In 1920, guys, Fritz Pollard became the first African American to play in the NFL during his formative years anyway. No, he after that, which is crazy. I mean that's the time that we lived in. The NFL owners imposed a gentleman's agreement, which prevented the signing of more black players until 1946, where actually 4 players, which was actually the year before Jackie Robinson, these 4 players actually gave Major League Baseball and the Dodgers the the cojones basically to make the move to integrate baseball and bring on a black player in baseball. But neither here nor there. The four players that came out in '46 were Kenny Washington, and Woody Strode. Those they went to the Rams. Um, at the time, like I said, they was in the midst of a 12-year ban on African American players. But it was amazing to find out while we're talking about the Commanders, the Washington Redskins owner at the time in 1933, George Marshall, is the one who came up with the ban to ban uh, black players in the NFL. It wasn't until the Coliseum basically was talking about revoking the Rams lease um, before the Rams decided to go ahead and sign those guys. Then Bill Willis and Marion Motley went to the Browns, and actually both of them were very very good productive players, and both of them went into the Hall of Fame actually, respectively. In what year was it? '68 and 1977. So it was just interesting, man, to find out and to hear about, the first black players to really be recognized for, what they did as far as breaking the barrier. Like I say, especially to end Black History Month. Uh, you know, we talk about it all the time. It sucks that we get the shortest month of the year to celebrate our successes and what we've done for the country, not just the country but the world period, and what we bring to the table. But neither here nor there. Regardless of how we feel about it, it still should be celebrated, and people need to know about our history and our culture, man, because it's important. You can't never get to where you want to go unless you know where you came from. So that's all I got.
Also, one other. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that Black History. Never mind. David already
No,
know.
go ahead.
David already know where I'm going.
Oh,
Never mind, Tony.
okay.
Never mind.
Never mind. I don't have. Before I was gonna do it on the Alabama basketball player Brandon Miller, but I need to get a little bit more information before I give
Yeah,
my thoughts on that.
I
Yeah,
want to
there's
talk
still
about.
stuff coming out
I
on
wanted
that.
to talk about that too, but I need
We,
to.
we,
We
we
need
will
to
talk
hold
about it
off
next
on
week,
that.
but I think to me personally, he shouldn't be playing right now. You brought him
Not
in
at
at
all.
Glenn. You should be playing at all. Your ass should
Yeah,
be.
they still as we I just something just came up on ESPN and something came up talking about him. So it's still stuff coming up
Yeah, we need to
about that. Yeah, we can talk
I need,
about that next week because
yeah,
I agree with you, Faye.
I need a little
Yeah,
bit
he
more
shouldn't. No,
information,
he
but he
shouldn't
should
be
be
playing.
playing. Shouldn't
He
be
shouldn't
playing.
be
I agree
playing
with
while they
you.
gather that information.
So,
Yep,
Not at all.
yep.
but my parting thought is Airbnb should be a head coach, and he probably will be a head coach in the NFL by week 9 next year. Um, and also free my cat water. We out.